We have to start with this. We always ask this. What was the name of the song you guys just played? And can you tell me what went into the writing of the song?
Honeybee.
Okay, that's one.
Yes, that song is called Oh Honeybee, and Ponyboy wrote the music for it and came to me with the riff. And the lyrics were just inspired by changes in like our schedules, and I actually didn't. It was inspired because I didn't see Matt all the time. It was like when we started our opposite schedules, and just me realizing that he's not super pissed at anything. He's just fucking tired, and he just gets into this way. It was inspired by. So
I'm way glad you just used the F word because now I'm going in.
No.
Now,
Oh
I
my
want to know
gosh.
this. I really want to know this. It's funny because 2 days ago we taped another one of these that'll be out in a couple months, and the two principal people in that band are married. Now, I believe, oh, he's looking for a high five and you just ignored him.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, that was a secret high five. Oh, my goodness. Oh, no. Okay.
Oh, yes.
So we'll start out with this. I actually ended with this, with the other band we did, but I'll start with this. What's it like being in a band with your partner?
It's a really good way to practice honesty and communication with your partner. I highly suggest it to everyone to be in a band with your wife, husband, or significant other. It's a great way to yell at each other and not get mad.
Do you guys yell at each other really a lot?
No, we speak sternly sometimes, but no, we don't really yell.
Just when we rehearse.
From an outside point of view,
Well,
she's the boss in the band, and she's the boss in the relationship.
It's
So I bet
true.
it's just a continuation of...
It's true.
So
Oh,
that's
absolutely.
That's exactly the follow-up. It goes to the two of you now. What's it like being in a band with a couple that is married?
It makes me yearn for Justin a little bit sometimes because of the companionship. No, it's no. I think it's probably one of the
Here.
most support. I
No
think
one
it's
can hear
probably
you.
one of the most supportive elements to the band because I mean they're not like it's not like a boyfriend and girlfriend with issues getting drunk fighting with each other type, band
It's
behavior.
a husband and
which-
wife getting drunk.
You
fighting.
you wouldn't be
and
able
they
to
keep it to
tell.
themselves. So.
Yeah, looking outside, you couldn't tell that they were husband and wife just band practicing. There's no issues brought in. It's cool.
Okay.
I'm glad to hear you guys say that. Thank you.
Yeah. No, really. It's
There's
like-
never
Oh man,
been.
because sometimes I'm so mad at her during practice, it's not even funny.
Yeah, Matt and I think Matt and I get along really well, and like he said, honesty. Like he's not joking.
I've heard this whole position on relationships, all joking aside, that you can't always be 100% honest. If you
No.
are, then it's bad.
Yeah.
So are you guys 100% honest?
I feel that I am when it comes to band practice. I'm like, Matt, you really messed that up. Like, what's wrong with you? And he's just like,
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the worst of it.
it is. I'm not gonna. That's.
I hold
that's,
both of their deepest
because they have seen it and it happens. But I think it's also because I'm reflecting off myself, like wishing I could do better. So I always reflect it off to him because I know not that I know you could take it, but
I mean, I grew up.
Used
I
to
grew
play
up.
rugby. You can take it.
I grew up with two parents from New York who were Catholic, so I know how to take an insult or like somebody yelling at me and telling me to like do something else. Like I'm cool with it.
Like seriously, the worst of it is just evil eyes back and forth between them, and it's just like okay.
I want to know about this because, Adrian, I know a little bit about you, but even before the Dirty Middle, I didn't really know too much about you. I certainly didn't know much about the three guys behind you or next to you.
I'm so far off the radar, it's not even funny.
How did this band come together? I love to ask this question.
I begged
especially.
Adrian for like 2.5, 3 years to
But-
teach me how to be in a band.
Oh, well, okay, so here's the thing, and that was your response when I asked you on the podcast. Now I have all of you.
Yeah.
And the thing about this is, you are surrounded by amazing players, and you're an amazing player and singer and songwriter yourself. This is really a great band right here. This is a great band. Were you guys friends? Was this just like a Craigslist ad? What
I heard
was
her at an open mic, and I heard the the swing that she had in her voice. And I told myself, I was like, I'm not letting go of that. I'm going to make sure we start something. So from that open mic is where we first met. And then it was the Americana project, right?
Yes.
And that's kind of where we started. And from there, it was a few original songs, a few covers.
But it was just the three of you.
Yeah, it was just the two of
It was
us.
the two
for a
of us.
long
Just the
time.
two of them, yeah.
It was at least
Oh,
6
yeah,
or
wow.
8 months.
So how did you find? Well, you
I
married
knew-
him, but
I knew Pony Boy just through local artists and stuff and gigging. And after my other project fell apart, I contacted Ponyboy, and then we kind of just touched base.
Yeah, I think it was around that time that you touched base that we were looking for a drummer. Matt had been, like he said, really wanting to be in the band, and I was
Just a band.
just a band. And I
Adrian
was,
said that though, like he's my husband.
We had
That
to
is
yell
the
at him to
truth,
do it.
man.
We had to yell at him to do it.
I wasn't ready.
If
and
Yoko could play bass,
Yoko can play bass. Did you hear that, camera? Yoko can play bass.
I think that, it was around that time that I was ready to get another band started, because I'd been in other bands and that had a lot of, I felt really good about. And I think it's like Mike said, you're not just in a band together, you're a family. And it's just like, I wasn't ready for those relationships again until I met Ponyboy and was ready to let Matt in. It was really around the same time that Justin came along and we had the 4-piece going.
Yeah. How did the blues come about? Was it always, because you guys lean toward a blues genre sound-ish kind of thing. How did that, and you, actually, this might be history making right now. You might be the first blues band on Frederick One Take.
wow.
Nice.
Excellent.
But how did that, was it always we want to make a blues band? What was it?
It wasn't so much that we wanted to make a blues band, but blues is what I've heavily steeped myself in for
You're
a
a
long
great blues
time.
player.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
been like just out of love and interest and the way the sound comes out of me and my instrument. I've always blues has always been the most appealing sound, and with me hearing the rhythm in her voice, it seemed just the right way to go about it. And a few of her tunes already had already had that feel. Losing Touch was one of the first one that we did that has a very slow down tempo swing. I'm sure you've heard it before. Play slide on
Yeah.
it. But also there was things from previous bands that she did and some of the more indie pop folk that we like, because you've heard our originals. They don't just play blues. Some of them, are kind of more.
Little 90s rockish.
Yeah.
Jimmy, why
Yeah,
is
some
that?
of them.
Right.
I love that song. I love that
You
song.
can't put it in a genre though.
Yeah.
The
What kind of
ballad
song?
events
Well,
of Jimmy.
the obvious question then would be to ask that comes out of you naturally, the blues, just within your playing. But Adrian, was the blues something you had your eye on?
No, I don't think so.
I
to be
remember.
honest.
I remember you and the Marylanders distinctly like telling him like, we should write blues songs. I want to sing blues songs.
Yeah, 'cause that's what I wanted, and I think whenever I finished that project, I wasn't sure.
Well, I
And
know
then-
when I came from more of a rock background, drumming
But you have
style,
a good
definitely.
swing too.
Well, I studied jazz in college, but I always loved rock. I always loved rock. It's just I'm a hard hitter. I like just to smash on stuff. So so when I was gonna join the band, Ponyboy was like, "This is a lot more relaxed. So you're just gonna have to play a lot more mellow and quieter." And I was like, "Okay, that's gonna be different." But I've loved it. It's helped me with my dynamics, and it's
We
just,
literally made him get rid of toms.
yeah.
We
When I
were like-
first started,
we were
it
like,
was
no,
just
that drum set's too big.
By the way, that leads me to my next question. What do you guys think of canned wine?
I'll never buy it from myself.
Yeah, no. I'm
right.
a beer person.
So I
Keep beer in cans.
We'll get you out of here on this. I already have a headache. This is called Uppercut. I Hate My Life. That's the name of this wine. Everybody asks me about it because I have a water bottle, and the one sticker that stands out is the sticker that I received from the Dirty Middle when I reviewed your record.
I drew that.
Everybody,
Shameless plug.
we'll get you out of here on this.
Sorry.
Everybody wants to know what the Dirty Middle means and if it is as explicit as those believe.
It's not. It's actually extremely boring.
Bum bum bum.
Not boring. It's political.
It's about the about the bell
economical.
curve. It's about being in the middle and just being average.
Average Joes.
Everyone is up at the top of that bell curve. We're not that stupid, and we're not that smart enough to not work anymore. So we do all the work, and we're in the middle. So the dirty middle. Getting.
Do you get that a lot, though? Do you get
Yeah,
people?
most
Yeah.
people think it's
Yeah.
about butts, but it's not about butts.
Or crotches.
Real quick, do you have any plans to record soon?
We just finished another 4-track EP that Justin helped us record, and
I just did a little live basement
Yeah.
recording in my basement.
With no drums?
Oh, with drums.
we just did it live.
No toms though. No.
No Slim Jims.
Colin, too.
Oh yeah, and Colin Schultzberger on keys.
Shout out.
So we really hope to release that pretty soon, and
That'll probably be out by the time this is released. So
Yeah.
Well, our band moves like glaciers, man.
No, we got it done. We got it
Yeah,
done.
no,
We
it's
just gotta-
finished. It sounds great.
Tweak it. Thanks, tweak it here and there.
Look, I love you guys. Everything about you. Adrian, I love your voice.
Thank you.
I'm absolutely in love with your voice. I cannot talk about your guitar playing enough because I'm not talking to Adrian anymore. I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
In case you didn't get it.
Thank you.
okay.
You guys are a band of great musicians, and I love that. I can't think of really any other original blues-leaning band in Frederick right now. So I really hope people take notice and really love you guys. So thank you guys for doing this. Honestly, I'm so pumped on it. If people want to find you, how can they do that? Facebook.com/Adrian.
I think it's The Dirty Middle.
Yeah.
The Dirty Middle. You're on Instagram.
Yep. I also The Dirty Middle. Our Facebook might
Twitter?
just be /Dirty
No Twitter?
Middle.
No Twitter.
I don't think we do a Twitter.
We
You
are on
started Twitter?
YouTube.
LinkedIn.
Some videos on YouTube.
LinkedIn.
Yes.
Actually,
LinkedIn.
have
No.
a LinkedIn account for some reason. I don't know why. It's the only social media. account I
Spotify's
have.
coming.
Spotify's.
Yes,
are you,
all that-
are
all
you
that-
on Apple Music or any of that? No.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. But email us, thedirtymiddle@gmail.com,
Glaciers.
and I will email you back, and we'll get something going.
Adrian will email you. Her
I love-
phone number is
I
1-800.
love email. I love
Please
to
call
email.
her.
I also do childcare.
One of
so
the most motivated human beings on the
Oh,
planet.
here's a plug for her business.
I'll plug myself too.
I do music lessons. I can do some plumbing.
You need your floors redone or some mediocre bass playing. I'm your man.
What you got for us?
That's so good. That's the perfect way to end. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Colin.
Colin.